Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, look at that. It's number 151. Every week I say the number, don't I? But it was that momentous occasion last week where I taught my 150th class for the virtual village hall. Hopefully you did the survey for these guys last week. Remember, the survey kind of shapes the service. The Royal Voluntary Service Virtual Village Hall are always putting out so much content, and it's content really with you in mind. And I know surveys can sometimes be a little bit like, oh, do I have to do the survey? But if you don't have your voice, these guys, will not be able to shape the service to exactly what you need. So, go for that. They'll probably put that up in the chat bar. And if not, you can go to the Facebook page and there's a link there. That's if the survey is still live. I'm hoping that it is. All right. If you made it this far, you've made it to yoga. And every week we get onto our mats and we just explore. Right. And that can be anything at all. What I was thinking about today was probably being a little bit stiller. Is that right? Look at the breath in a little bit more detail. And then obviously we will move the body. But saying that, if you want to do a lot of this breath work or this kind of more contemplative practice on a chair or with your back up against a wall, if you want to prop yourself up on loads of like cushions and pillows, make a little nest for you. It'd be really, really nice to spend this time with you. Irene's here and she's in Argyll. I was in Argyll last week. I rode my bike from, where did I go? I went from Glasgow to Ayr and then down through the Galloway Forest and then across to Carlisle via Dumfries. And let me tell you, Irene, it was very wet when I was there as well. But I'm in Leicester today and it's wet here. It's wet everywhere, right? And I'm going down to the windy southwest, as I say. And I'm sure it's going to be wet down there. So make sure you're nice and warm. We've got some unseasonably cold weather at the moment, and we're hoping for that springtime, right? But right now we can stay inside, stay indoors, and we can just connect with each other through our breath. Get nice and comfortable. I'm going to go back onto my mat, or maybe I'm not actually. I'm just going to go a little bit further back from the screen. Hey to you, Jackie. Nice to have you along. And find a comfortable position. As I say, you could do all this on a chair or with your back up against the wall. I'm going to grab one of my big cushions here and I'm going to sit on that because that looks inviting. Now, if I sit on something, it will just allow me to relax my knees down a little bit and allow me to bring a little bit more length into my spine. So when we sit here like this, hey, Alan, nice to have you along. Another fellow Leicester guy. When you sit like this, then hopefully you can draw a little bit of length into your spine. Now, don't get me wrong. We all sit in different ways and we all work with different things within our bodies. So, you might see me sitting on the floor and think, oh, that's all right for you, Dave. Sat there like that. Don't worry about it. If you don't like sitting like this, or if you can't sit like this, get on a chair, make yourself comfortable, because at the moment, it's just going to be about the breath. Bring your hands onto your knees. Palms can face up or they can face down. Doesn't matter. Draw some length into your spine. And that doesn't mean kind of like muscling into this. This just means really gently. In fact, this is a nice way to do it. I was taught this way once, where you just rock backwards and forwards, just tiny little rocks. And you'll feel that. This is our first physical posture, right? Because there is effort in this. And then when you feel like you've got that perfect balance, then stop there. For me, it's about here. What do I want to do with my shoulders? I've already said relax them, but maybe give them a little roll, give them a little shake, whatever feels good. Bring the palms so they're face down and then shrug the shoulders up and then bring the shoulders down. And just do that a few times. You don't have to work formally with the breath or anything like that. Maybe one shoulder at a time. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. This doesn't have to be, super formal or anything like that. It's just getting into your body. When I feel a little bit stressed, when I feel stressed, not a little bit, when I feel stressed, I feel it in my right shoulder. That's where my stress is, I think. Maybe it's just tension in my body. All right, beautiful. Now find some stillness. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. As you exhale, twist over towards the right. So your left hand comes onto the right knee, the right hand will be behind, and then you just lengthen and then you twist. So as I say, you can do this in the chair. You can just hold on to the back of the chair or the side of your right thigh and, twist. Find a twist that works for you. Breathe deeply here. Every inhale, find length. Every exhale into your twist. Let's do that one more time. Nice deep inhale and a full exhale. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Sweep the arms all the way back up. And then exhale, twist over towards the left. Little bit of wriggle, little bit of movement. Work out how this feels. Think about that left shoulder blade. Roll it back as you lengthen the spine. Exhale as you twist a little further. Nice. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Come back to center. If your legs are like mine, then swap them out. If you're on a chair, have a little wriggle. Wriggling's good, right? Always like a little wriggle. Or think about your nose, your beautiful nose. Think of it as a kind of a point where you're going to turn. All right. So you're just going to move your head. Inhale as the head comes up, maybe. And then exhale as the chin falls down. And just moving like this, nice rhythmic motion. Inhale up, exhale down. Now be aware if any tension's building in your body. Sometimes we overthink this stuff and we're like, oh, it has to be a certain way. And I have to move my neck in this perfect kind of circle. No, you don't. You can just move in a way that feels good for you. So just be on the lookout for any tension that builds. Relax your jaw. Nice kind of gap in between the teeth. Now, I don't like it when yoga teachers tell me to smile. I don't like being told what to do. But if you do have a little smile, it's a lot easier than frowning, I think. Don't take your practice too seriously. Inhale, bring the head back to center. Exhale, swap it out, come back the other way. Inhale up, exhale as the chin comes down. How does that feel? Nice, right? If there's any areas that really interest you or any areas where you feel tension, pause. Breathe into it. Inhale, bring your head all the way back to center. Take a full exhale. Really nice. Drop the chin down towards your sternum and then feel that stretch down the back of your neck. And then bring your hands so they're behind you. You're going to make a fist when the hands are behind. So this is going to be like the fist. Bring the hands so they're behind you. And then just draw the arms away from the back of the spine just a little bit. And then maybe fold forward. You don't have to come down far. Nice. Have a little wriggle. Shoulder to shoulder, side to side. Don't strain here. Let the head be a little bit looser. And then bring the hands out in front. Bring your palms out and then just support yourself with your hands. Now you might be up here. That's all good. You might be a little further down. That's all good. Disappearing off the camera. You might move a little side to side, but breathe wherever you are. Remember, the breath is so important. Inhaling, exhaling as you go. Take one more round of breath. So nice deep inhale. A full exhale. Nice. And then just press back into the hands and come all the way back up. Maybe remaining on your chair or remaining on a pillow or whatever you've found your sit bones on. Bring your feet out and then just drop your knees to either side. Now, if you're on a chair, you can just bring the soles of the feet a little further apart and then just wriggle the legs from side to side. Whatever feels good for you. Remember, they don't have to be exactly the same as mine. And then come back to center, but bring your other shin in front. Well, welcome, Helen. It's nice that it's your first time at the Virtual Village Hall. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where you been? You weren't here because it wasn't the right time for you, but hopefully it is now. All right, little bit of breath work, okay? So we'll start with something very relaxing, and then we'll move it into something a little bit more vigorous, all right? So I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of movement and a little bit of coordination will be needed in a moment. For now, let's bring our right hand up towards our nose. Remember that length in the spine. Remember the shoulders nice and relaxed. And then with the thumb, the right thumb, block off your right nostril. Okay. And then take a deep inhale through your left nostril. And then close off the left nostril with your ring finger or little finger. And then exhale through your right. Inhaling through the right, maybe closing your eyes. Close off the right with the thumb, exhale through your left. Alternate nostril breathing here. Inhale through the left. Close off left, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close off right, exhale through your left. Stay nice and relaxed through the jaw. Spine is long, shoulders relaxed. Inhale through your left. Close it off, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Switch, exhale through your left. Inhale left. Close it off, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off, switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhaling right. And exhaling left. And then bring the right hand down. Just breathe through both nostrils. And then if you're like me, you might want to yawn. Oh, that felt good. And then if your eyes are closed, come with your eyes open. That's a good one, right? It's called Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana. It's alternate nostril breathing, sometimes known as energy cleansing channel breath. So what we're doing there physiologically is that we're working obviously with the right and the left side of the brain. Okay. So think of it like this. Left side is feminine. So moon, it's the moon. Right side is masculine, it's the sun. Okay. Left side is calming. And then right side is more activating. So when you feel out of balance with your breath, or you feel out of balance, I should more say with your body or your emotions, mainly your emotions, right? Body and emotions and mind, they're all linked, right? One thing doesn't exist, in exclusion of the other. All of these things are linked together. So when we feel out of balance, we might feel it physically, but we feel it emotionally. You know, when you feel anxiety, tension, you can sometimes put your hand on your heart and you kind of feel it as a pain, right? So this is a really nice breath, because when we work on the left side, we calm the energy down. When we work on the right side, we bring the energy up. So this is a kind of a balancing breath. Now, if you feel too hyper, then just breathe through your left nostril. So you block off your right, you inhale through the left, you exhale through the left, you inhale through your left, you exhale through the left. That's a beautiful breath to come to. You know, if you get into an argument or somebody stresses you out or you're in a stressful situation, find 2 minutes to sit down and just breathe like that. Oh my word, it can really change the way you feel. Now, if you feel really low of energy, then you block off your left and you breathe in and out through your right nostril, okay? So that's more energizing. That's kind of when we need a little bit more energy within the body. So these are little techniques and they're simple, right? unless you're, you've got something going on with your nose, which some people do, or you've got a cold and, you feel bunged up, then these breath exercises are available to you. So like, pretty much all of the time. So yeah, bring them into your practice and see what works for you. Now, breath work is very individual, and we need things at different times. So if anything ever makes you feel stressed, or it doesn't work for you, that's not the breath for you. Okay, so always be mindful of that. Sometimes you get teachers and they'll say, do this and it'll make you feel this way. Sometimes it doesn't, because we're all wired slightly differently, or we're all wired very differently. So, find things that work for you. Hopefully that did work. All right, lean back into your hands again. If you were sat in a chair, you can remain there. You're going to use your arms in this next one. So you might need a little bit more room, but make sure you move the body in any way that feels good for you. Just bringing that movement in. And before we come into this breath, we'll come back to a cross-leg position, or you can have your hands on your knees, sat in a chair. And we're just going to circle the torso around your hips. So bring the hands onto the knees, inhale forward, and exhale round, inhale forward, and exhale round, and pick a direction and just move in that direction that feels good for you. Now, if you're sat on a chair, I've got my little stool here. I'll lose my head here, but that's, oh no, I've not. So you just might be moving like this, okay? Little movements. And that can feel really nice. So this is quite accessible. If you find it hard to get down on the floor, or it's just not for you today, in a chair, just moving in this motion. So there's a nice example for you. I'm going to go back down onto the floor, but that trusty stool may come back out in a moment. Keep going in the same direction. Inhale here, exhale as you come back. This is called Sufi grind. Probably every time I teach a yoga class, I come to it, because I think it's a really lovely way to breathe deeply into your spine and get into your hips. And then inhale, come back to center, and then just swap it out, come back the other way. We've got blue sky here now in the East Midlands. That's nice. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Take a full exhale. And then one more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Let's do one more for luck. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. All right. Get really comfortable. So move in any way that feels good for you. So this is the one where we're going to use the breath. It's quite powerful. We're going to be in and out through the nose, and then we're going to bring this movement in. So a little bit of coordination. So you make fists. So your fists are here, and this is your inhale as the arms come back. Okay. This is your exhale as the arms cross. This is your inhale as the arms come back. This is your exhale as the arms come over the head and you bend into the elbows. All right. So that's one round. You're looking at me and you're thinking, what did he just say? So I'll show you again. This is your inhale. This is your exhale. This is your inhale. This is your exhale. Okay, so that's one round. Just the one that I just did then. One round. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, if you ever get stuck, remember these are always inhales when the elbows are coming back. So stop, pause, and then inhale, and then you can start with the exhale, inhale, and then exhale. All right? Okay. Keep a little bit of an open mind on this one. And we'll move the breath quite powerfully, and we'll maybe do, 2 or 3 rounds of it. Let's see how we get on. Let's just do a short, slower version at the start. Sitting tall on your chair or on the floor. Make sure you've got loads of room. And the breath's quite powerful, in and out through the nose if it's available to you. Bring the hands up, make fists, and then inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just keep it going. Remember, the inhales, the elbows are always coming back. Then inhale the elbows back. Pause the breath. Squeeze, like you kind of squeeze the belly. And exhale, let the breath go. And then bring the palms so they face up. Bring the thumb and the forefinger together. So the thumb and the forefinger touch. And then just check in with your experience. Maybe close your eyes. Notice what you're noticing. How does that feel? So we used that nice balancing breath earlier, and now this is more energetic. Think about your heart and your navel. Breathe into those spaces. Bringing that kind of like brain connection is really good for you. All right, let's do another round. Maybe swap your legs out. Have a little wriggle. And then we'll go a little bit quicker this time. Or you can just stay as slow as feels good for you, okay? If you want to make it a little bit more powerful, then go for it. Make fists. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And just notice if any tension is building. Let go of that. Make sure you've got loads of length in your spine. Inhale the elbows back. Pause the breath. Squeeze. Exhale, let the breath go. Bring the hands back onto the knees, thumb and forefinger together. Maybe close the eyes or keep them closed, or just soften the gaze and breathe. Notice what that feels like. Maybe you feel a little bit more energized, a little hum or buzz of energy within the body. Nice. And then if your eyes are closed, just come with your eyes open. A little bit of side-to-side movement. Again, if you want to swap this out, go for it. And then I'll show you this on the floor, or then I'll show you a version on the chair. So bring your left hand down. Inhale, right arm over to the left. Exhale, left arm over to the right. So this is your inhale. This is your exhale. This is your inhale. This is your exhale. So just keep that going. Inhale left, exhale right. I'll get my trusty stool out, and then let's have a little go at this from a seated position. So you might be in a chair. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Really feel that lovely lateral stretch. You might feel this in the ribs, the shoulder, the spine. Notice where you do feel it. You know, I feel it slightly differently here, sat on a stool. I think I can get a little bit more length in my spine, and then I feel it more into my lower left back. It's indicating I have a little bit of a strain there. So yoga is really beautiful, just to kind of bring that awareness into your body. And it's only when you start moving you realize what's going on physically for you. Sometimes, anyway, subtle. All right, a couple more either side. Bring the top arm down. Take a deep inhale. Take a full exhale. One more like that. Deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Nice. So we're going to do a little bit of seated cat-cow. I'm going to start on the stool and then I'll go down on the floor. So if you're sat with your legs crossed, you bring your hands onto your knees. If you're with me on a stool or a chair, just perch on the edge of the chair so you've got plenty of room to move your spine. Inhale forward, exhale round. So this is your inhale, this is your exhale. This is your inhale, this is your exhale. If you're down on the floor, moving exactly the same way, obviously your legs are going to be in a slightly different position, but you're still going to feel this movement through your spine. So the heart center lifts, the spine elongates. As you exhale, you really round the spine, push into your knees, round the shoulders. So we usually do this from all fours, but we're going to attempt to do a whole class today without getting onto our knees. So a knee-friendly class, right? Because sometimes it just feels really uncomfortable on our knees, and we're trying to find yoga to be as accessible as possible. Nice. Keep that going. Inhaling forward. Exhale as you round the spine. Hey to you, Georgia. Nice to have you along today. Couple more. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, let the breath go. Nice. Lean back into your hands again. Or if you're on a chair, bring your feet a bit wider. Drop the knees to either side or just move a little bit. Any movement that feels good. If you're with me down on the floor, then drop your knees down towards the right. Lean back a little further. And then just keep the knees over towards the right. So you might be here, which is cool. You might be a little further into it. You can separate the legs a little wider. Doesn't matter. Inhale, come back to center, and then just bring the knees over to the left. Really lovely. Maybe play around with the degree of gap between the knees. You want to be feeling something here in this right hip. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, come back to a seated position. Okay, so we're going to go back to some breath. So I'm going to go back onto my stool. You can do this seated. Obviously, you can do it on the floor, like everything today. Okay, so wherever you are, lengthen the spine, shoulders relaxed. And then what we're going to do, we're going to use this mudra where we bring all the fingertips together, the thumbs together. So it's like a little tent, that then the thumbs press against the heart center. So this will just encourage your spine to elongate. And we're going to do a breath, which is a 5-5-5 breath. Nice and simple. You inhale for 5, you pause the breath for 5, you exhale for 5. So it's building on that alternate nostril breathing that we did earlier. But again, same thing. This sets your breath up in a really lovely rhythm, teaches how to breathe nice and fully, and hopefully you can take some of that away with you. Really press, if you're sat like me, really press your feet down into the floor, feel that groundedness, then relax the feet a little bit, but you still got that intention. If you're sat cross-legged, then as comfortable as you can be. Try and focus here in between the eyes, but press the thumb really gently into your heart space. All right, let's do some of this together. So inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Then pause the breath at the top for 2, 3, 4, 5. And then exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. One more like that. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause the breath for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Final round. Inhale. Pause the breath. Exhale. And then bring the hands down. Maybe keep the eyes closed just for a moment, or the gaze super soft. Notice how that feels. Just tune in with your breath. Notice the effects of your practice. Beautiful. And if your eyes are closed, come with your eyes open. And then we're going to come and stand. I'm going to do something crazy. If you can stand, come to stand with me. Have your feet about hip width apart. I'm going to go back onto my mat, which I've not even been on so far. Have your feet maybe a little wider than hips distance. Have a little wriggle around. Make sure you feel good stood here. And then bring your right hand onto your heart center. Inhale, left arm over towards the left. And then see if you can follow it with your gaze. And then exhale, right arm over to the right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. A nice powerful breath if you can find it. We've used the breath loads already today, but now just moving with the breath, little dynamic movements. And if it doesn't feel great in the arms, then just bring them down a little bit further. You know, you can just let them kind of swing from side to side. Don't worry about this pose. It doesn't have to be a certain way. Couple more times either side. And then really gently, slowly, just let the arms kind of completely lose control. They kind of swing. And then inhale, come all the way back to center. Nice deep inhale from here. And a full exhale. One more like that. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. All right, we're going to come back to a seated position. So if you want to come back onto your chair, you can feel free to do that. Or grab yourself a cushion or a pillow. And then come down to a seated position. I'm just going to grab a little bit of literature. All right. So we usually do this from a lying position, but because we've only stood up once today and we've done everything seated or in a chair, I'd like us to remain there for the rest of the class. So we've got about 5 minutes to go, something like this. So this will be the time. We're not going to move anymore, not a huge amount anyway. Well, we're not, you know, you're going to find as much stillness as you can. So if you want to put on some extra clothes, it's a bit chilly today, this is a really good time to do it. We're going to do a little bit of yoga nidra. Yoga nidra is sometimes known as yogic sleep. It's very relaxing. Usually it's done, as I say, lying down, but this is a short version. It'd be like 3 or 4 minutes, and we're just going to do it from this seated position. So I'm going to read from a little script and I'll ad lib a little bit. But this one is a yoga nidra from the Prison Yoga Project, which is an amazing organization, which is over here in the UK. It's based out of America. And Jeff, who is a good friend of mine, is the UK coordinator. So thank you to those guys for the lending of these beautiful words. So settle into your final resting position. Maybe close your eyes or just soften your gaze and make yourself 10% more comfortable than you already are. You know, might be just a little bit of wriggle through your shoulders, might be relaxing your fingertips, it might be bringing a blanket over your shoulders. That can feel really comforting. And make any adjustments and let go completely. Relax. And then think about opening your senses. And so think about your ears to sound, your eyes to shadow, or maybe if the eyes are closed, it's light across the eyelids. And the weight of the body. So your sit bones pressing down into the floor or the chair. Notice the surface that you're resting upon. And then smell and taste. So that idea of all of your senses here are open and you're ready to receive. And then just feel the felt sense of your body. Feel your breath. We've worked so much with the breath today. Feel your breath and feel it gently flowing in and then gently flowing out. Do that a few more times, in and out. Maybe through the nose, maybe through the mouth, doesn't matter. And then think about your mouth and your jaw, which I talked about earlier, and see if you're holding any tension. Think about your face, see if you're holding tension in your face, and then think about sensing your eyes and your ears and feeling any holding or tension behind your eyes. And then sense the whole of your head, the back of the head and the neck and your shoulders and your upper back. All these areas that I've talked about as we try and bring awareness and relaxation into them. And then notice what's present. No need to change it, experience it, be with it just as it is. And then your thoughts are coming and your thoughts are going. But your attention is just on the sensation in your body as it is right now. Just breathe here. And see if you can kind of pick up on a change in your breath to how your breath felt like 40 minutes ago or so. And now sense your entire body. So thinking about your legs and your torso, arms and hands, your head and your neck. And you're feeling the felt sense of your body. And maybe the space around your body. Maybe it's the room that you find yourself in. And if you're thinking about your breath, let go of it. Kind of just let go of controlling it and find the body breathing itself. Feels nice, right? And as you rest here, as you sit in this final position, take a moment and visualize yourself as you go about the rest of your day. Whatever's going on, you might be going for a walk, eating, having conversations with friends or family members, going to bed. And then see if you can picture this from a place of letting go, a place of ease. And how does it feel to imagine yourself moving through, even if it's just today, through that place of restfulness and ease? And then think about coming back to your body, and from your seated position, just have a little wriggle from your fingers and your toes. And then you might kind of just have a little wriggle through your shoulders and kind of bend and twist a little side to side. Nice. And then really gently bringing your hands to your heart and pressing your thumbs into your sternum. Noticing the effects of your practice, and thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for getting onto your mat today and being curious and moving the breath and some nice gentle movements through the body. And just with a wholehearted bow with that in mind, wish yourself well and wish everybody else well. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. It's really nice to spend some time with you this afternoon. Thank you for joining. Welcome to those people that joined for the first time. And for the people that joined for the 151st, well done. Probably no one has done that, but I know a lot of you guys, like Jackie and Irene, Alan, loads of you guys who kind of join week after week. So thank you for doing that. Whatever you're doing this weekend, have a great time. It's Easter, right? People always say, don't eat too much chocolate. I'd say eat as much chocolate as you want. Everything in life is about balance, right? So balance it out with a nice glass of water and a good old salad, hey? Whatever you're doing, I hope it's a nice weekend. And I will see you guys back here next week. Thank you to the Virtual Village Hall for their beautiful hosting. And check out all of their content, as I say, because there is some fantastic content out there and it's well worth checking out. So thanks to everybody. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you all next week. Namaste. Yeah, chocolate salad. That's a great idea. Have a chocolate salad. All right. See you later on, guys. Bye.